Oh, really? No.
Do it.
No.
Let's do it. Ridiculous.
I'm wondering where we're going with this.
How do other musicians even talk to you? Why are we in black?
What kind of show is this?
They're totally inspiring.
I got hotel keys in every pocket.
This was a Beachcombers episode. You ripped this off.
You are watching Stripped Down. You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only award-winning one-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I am your host, Curtis Anderson. We got a big treat for you this week, because on the Stripped Down stage tonight, it's Veronique Poulin.
Quand je monte ma muraille, je dévoile mes couleurs. Si vivant toute entropie, une complexité élégante d'images et de prières. Aussi subtil qu'un porte-bonheur. When I reach towards this branch, all the leaves they cover me. Hands now overflow, catching hearts, letting mine go. Singing rhymes, not counting time. Untying knots and making balls. Untying knots and making balls. Untying knots and making balls. My soul sings to my heartstrings. 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 My heartstrings. My heartstrings.
You're watching Stripped Down. We're spending 60 minutes with Veronique Poulin. Am I saying it right?
Yes, you are.
I'm very nervous about mispronouncing your name tonight.
It's a difficult one. So.
Yes, but I'm going to do my best, so I apologize ahead of time. Before we get to know you, we got to begin with how your day started this morning. You broke a record today.
Oh, did I?
This is the least amount of time somebody knew they were coming on Stripped Down. The record was currently held by Faraday, who last season, I got a hold of her about midnight or 1 in the morning, and she came the next night at 7 o'clock to do the show. You found out about noon today.
Yes.
So tell me how your day started. You had no idea this is how your day was going to end. So
No.
tell me the beginning.
Well, I was actually, I'm currently working with Sarah Farthing on releasing her EP album, and we were discussing this a couple nights ago, and she said that she was to be doing this, and it turns out that she woke up this morning with a horrible sore throat, and I heard her talking because she left me the message, and yeah, she asked me if I was game to do it, and I was at work all day, so yeah, 5:30, I guess I just got home, got my music, and didn't speed here, but
But went
drove
pretty
here.
fast. To go one step further, yes, we had Sarah Farthing booked because she has an upcoming CD release in a week or two. So we've had this booked for quite a while, and then she woke up sick as a dog this morning. So I got a text at about 9 o'clock this morning saying she's really sick, she's so sore, and I thought, oh, here we go, there's no way, like I got to cancel the show tonight, right? There's no way. And then I listened to her message, and she said she had a replacement, and I kind of fell over. That's never happened before. You know, obviously things happen, bands, musicians have to cancel, but never before have they found their own replacement. So that was really cool. So she calls you, says, hey, can you do the show? You call me at noon. What goes through your head then? You sounded a little, I don't want to say scared when I talked to you at noon, but you were just kind of like, it was like you were talking yourself into doing it.
Well, just a little bit, because I mean, when you're at work, you're in a different mind frame, and I guess I was taking my lunch break when I did get a hold of you, and I guess it was just kind of a, to figure out what songs I was gonna do, and I wasn't sure where the studio was either, so I didn't know if I would have time to get here, at 6:15, but it turns out that worked out really well that we got a little bit of time extended. So, but yeah, I guess it was just uncertainty. I wasn't sure if it was too last minute, or if I should take more time to prepare. But I'm really happy to be here.
I call it a collision of fate.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna say it dramatically.
Destiny.
It was a collision of fate tonight on Stripped Down. Usually, I listen to the lyrics and then I ask, what was that song about? And I kind of already have judged it. I'm really out of my league tonight because you're doing a lot of your songs in French.
Yes.
So I really have no idea what your songs are about. So be prepared for that question often.
All right.
Are all of your songs in French? No, some of them?
No.
Half of them? 62.3% of them?
I would say, yeah, probably 60-40.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started writing in French, and I guess in the last couple of years I've been doing a little bit more songs in English. I guess it's more of I've been more inspired in English in the last couple of years, but I still have a lot of French flow of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just depends on what mood I'm in at the time when I'm writing.
Usually when artists or bands come in, it's 8 songs, and I'm adamant about it. It's like, no, you can't do more, you can't do less. It's 8 people. But I'm going to give you a little more freedom because you've been awesome, and you were such a last-minute replacement. So you're going to try to get 10 in. So we're going to maybe do a little less talking and a little more music, because you've clearly earned it by coming in at the last minute. Thank you again for that. Really quickly, what was the first song about?
The first song was actually the theme song of my album, and it's called Les Cordes de Mon Coeur. It translates into my heartstrings, and I guess it's just about I guess the progress of where I was 2-3 years ago to now, and where I've come with my music, and just what I have to share through the art of music, and it's just it's the beginning. So yeah, it's a pretty chill song.
Let's jump into song number 2.
All right, on.
Are we going to hear pretty much everything from this tonight? Are we going to hear some old, some never heard before stuff?
Yes, there's one song that's
Wow.
brand new. So
Awesome. So what is song number 2?
this one is called Enfin bien, and it actually means, I guess, finally well. And it's it's a song about, I don't know, attained strength after being a little low on yourself and just get a little discouraged at life sometimes. And yeah.
The stage is yours, Mademoiselle. Yeah.
Si je reprenais les mots que j'ai dit ce jour-là, peut-être que la vie serait moins difficile pour pour toi. On se verrait sur la plage le soir de mes 19 ans, à courir et à oublier le temps. Je suis un oiseau du désert qui attend la mer. On pourra enfin s'oublier, mes ailes ne sont pas faites de papier. Je suis un oiseau du désert qui attend la mer. Si tu me laissais voler plus loin, je pourrais enfin jeter ma bouteille à l'eau. Oh, 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 mille et une façons de s'en vouloir. Avais-je raison ou avais-je tort? Le silence de ton départ me laisse frissonner à tous les soirs. Pourtant c'est dire au revoir. Mon choix m'étais-je fait croire? Si cette lumière me mène plus loin, loin de toi et je serai enfin bien. 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 Je suis un oiseau du désert qui entend la mer. On pourra enfin s'oublier, mes ailes ne sont pas faites de papier. Oh, 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 je suis un oiseau du désert qui attend la mer. Si tu me laissais voler plus haut, je pourrais enfin jeter notre histoire à l'eau. Oh, 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 Loin de toi, je serai enfin bien. 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 Loin de toi, je serai enfin bien.
You're spending 60 minutes with Veronique Poulin here on Strip Down. And that last song again was?
Enfin bien.
Fantastic.
Finally well.
Finally well. And you
Yeah.
talked a little bit about it before we started
Yes.
the song. But once again, to recap, the song is about...
Well, it actually makes reference to a bird who's, I guess it's kind of like a freeing song. It was a freeing song for me when I wrote it. And it still has that impact on me every time I play it. It's just, it's liberating. It's a liberating song. And I guess it's, yeah, birds are free to do whatever they want. And I guess that particular bird was me at one time, who was, you know, maybe trapped or somehow and just waiting for the ocean. Really, it's a desert bird, but I don't even know what the proper name for a desert bird would be. I just
We'll go with desert bird.
Followed my instinct, my bird instinct.
Speaking of water, we are in uncharted territory. Because when do we want to fit the extra songs in? Usually we do 2 songs, take a break. But now we're going to have to do 3 songs and take a break in some segments. So It is your call right now. The show is in your hands. Do you want to go to a commercial break and come back, or do you want to do one more song and go to a commercial break?
Yeah, I could do one here, and it could be an English one.
It's
that's
up
cool.
to you. We've
Okay.
given you an hour.
Okay, cool.
So where is next?
This is a song on my album.
Okay.
This next song is a song, one of the only songs, English songs of my album. This next song that I'll be playing is one of the English songs of my album, and the EP has 6 songs, 4 in French and 2 in English. And the one in English is a little bit of a deceiving title because people would expect it to be a French song. It's actually Mademoiselle, but I use that in a cunning little way. So it's actually my English song on the album.
I can't wait to hear it.
Awesome.
Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ooh, 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 ow, ow, ow. At the fair is where she met this man. This man told her to hold his hand and to be the girl he called Mademoiselle. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. When she first, ooh, when she first, when she first, ooh, when she first met him, she thought he was lost. He asked, he asked for her name, and she thought, she thought it would come with the cost, with the cost, with the cost. They got along just fine at the fair. At the fair is where she lost herself. At the fair is where she lay loving. At the fair, it was her first real time. It was her first real love. He was her first summer time. At the fair is where she met this man. This man told her to hold his hand and to be the girl he called Mademoiselle. Oh, 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 ooh, 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 oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 ooh, oh, oh, oh. Oh,
I don't know what happened.
What? I missed it. Sounded great.
Listen to the album and you'll have the real version.
Okay, we had a rare B-side version, I guess. Oh, that sounded great to me. Some improv there. We're spending 60 minutes with Veronique Poulin. I'm not going to get it wrong at all. We have to gear up for our first commercial break, but stick around. We have lots more Strip Down coming up right after this. Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
You are watching Strip Down. We're spending 60 minutes with Veronique Poulin. I'm still getting it right. I'm so patting myself on the back. My grade 7 French teacher would be so proud of me. All right. Heard 3 songs before the break. We're going to switch it up. We're moving over to the keyboard in a few minutes, which is awesome, by the way. Yeah. There's only maybe 3 or 4 people in the history of Strip Down that have come with a solo show and rocked the keyboard and the guitar.
Oh, cool.
So
that's good.
I like versatility. Let's talk about the album.
Right on.
We've mentioned it a few times. What do people need to know?
Well, this album, I guess I recorded in June of 2010, and it was at the Audio Art Studios, Glenn Enns and Ross Nikiforuk.
Ross Nikiforuk, there's a familiar
That's
name.
right. Yes. Ross actually helped quite a bit with the production and the sound editing and the mixing and mastering. So I pretty much owe the whole sound in general of the album to him, and I guess I got lots of support with it through my francophone supporters in the community, and there was the AGF, which is the Francophone Youth Association, and there's also the Conseil culturel Fransaskois, which is also one of the larger I guess francophone community funding associations of this province. And yeah, there are 6 songs on it. I guess I wanted to be able to showcase my francophone side, because that's a very important aspect of my life, and I was wanting to to be able to have a little bit of English so that people can associate with that too. But I guess I've always viewed music as a universal language, and no matter what language you sing in, it's very I think the style of the music is
people
appropriate.
can pick up on it.
Yes, it's
Well, I'm enjoying it even though I don't know what the heck you're saying.
Oh, thank you.
So there you go.
Good. I'm really glad.
How was the studio experience? I know some musicians come on here and they say they just have to lock themselves in the studio for like 2 months and pound it out, and they hate every minute of it. And there's other people who say, oh, it was like the best time ever. It was just so creative, and they drank their coffee and they...
yeah, no, my studio experience was not like that at all. It was really, really quick. It was a lot quicker than I would have wanted it to be. I guess it was just a mixture of circumstances, but I only got to spend 3 days in the studio, 2 of which I had my musicians in there with me. So it was a pretty big, like, kind of an in and out experience, but for the time, you know, for what I was going through with it, and I guess just kind of the circumstances of that time, I guess it was, I'm talking a lot with my hands because it's kind of the French side of me. I'm sorry, I'll just
It's all good.
try to do this. Anyway, so yeah, I guess 2-3 days in and out, but the final product was really fantastic. I thought that Ross did a great job with editing it, and
You're not
my
going wrong
musicians.
with Ross Nikiforuk.
No, I
You're
did
not
not
going
go
wrong.
wrong. It was the best option for me, for sure. And my musicians did a great job too. I had Christian Congery on the percussion, who's also in a
from
few,
the Rebellion.
yeah, the Rebellion, and
Wow.
yeah, so
I was gonna mention before where I said, Josh Palmer came on with the piano and the guitar.
cool.
But then I thought, you know what, I talk about Josh Palmer way too much. But there you go, bringing
Yeah.
up the Rebellion. There's
There you go.
there's the tie.
That's right. And I also had Christian, sorry, yeah, I said that already, but
Yep.
Graham Tilsley on the bass, and he's also a singer-songwriter in the city here. I don't know if he's ever been on Stripped Down, but he should.
He should.
I'm just saying.
All
Just
right.
saying, Graham.
Shout out. Let's
Or
go to a
whoever-
keyboard song, and then
Right.
we will wrap up conversation about the album after.
All right.
So, keyboard. Explain.
This song is one of my English songs, and it's called No Sense at All. I guess I wrote it out of, I guess, what it means to be a musician and to be out there and to share yourself, your life pretty much with the world, and how it's kind of a transition stage right now. But when I was writing this song, I wasn't sure if I was willing to share that and share my life, but I am now, so
Here it is in keyboard form.
It's called No Sense at All.
Misinterpreted, confused, and most exaggerated. Failing all of my emotions, letting myself slide inside. While they are motioning to start the show, even though there is commotion going on, I'm feeling oh so slow. Oh so slow. It makes no sense at all. They say go, but I say no. I'm so slow. It makes no sense at all. They say go, but I say no. The cartoon of my life begins to seem before my eye. Can see the picture they have drawn for me. A beauty being chased down by her monster. It's so typical. I do not want the ending because endings are misleading. Please, miss, lead me to the place where they will not find me. Please, miss, lead me to the place where they will not find me. It makes no sense at all. They say go, but I say no. I'm oh so slow. It makes no sense at all. You say go, but I say no, no. No, no. Calm, reflected, light projected, changes everything that wasn't is to make it better. Calm, reflected, light projected, changes everything that wasn't is to make it better. You're changing everything. 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 so slow. And it makes no sense at all. They say go, and yet I know I'm gonna go slow. It makes no sense at all. I will go, and yet they know I'm going slow. It makes no sense at all. I will go, yet they say no.
We're back with Veronique Poulin here on Stripped Down. Get you back on your...
Oh, there.
Again,
There I am.
Jay Neufeld, our director, gives me one direction each week. It's to stay on the tape, and I very rarely do. And I want to give him another shout-out, too. I was watching a couple of the shots, and I got actually lost in this small room. I was like, where is that coming from? Because the ladder is usually... But he's actually the director / set design, and he moved a ladder, an entire ladder, without me knowing or paying attention. I was probably standing on my tape when he did it. But yeah, he doesn't get enough credit for doing that, because there's always something going on.
It's always in the background, right?
And that doesn't happen by accident. People watching at home may think that happens by accident, but it doesn't. That's Jay. He makes it happen. No accidents. Okay. I don't know why. I'm transfixed by this art, and I'm not saying that facetiously. It looks familiar, but not really, and it's like a tree with hanging hearts, but then it could also be an evil smile. Or it looks, it looks kind of like a house if you turn it upside down. I'm looking way too much into this, aren't I?
You know what? No. That's the purpose of it. It's actually, the branches are, okay. I have to give credit to the graphic designer. Zoe Fortier is the one that designed the art pretty much for all of that, as well as my cards and my posters. And
does it look like something, or am I being insulting?
It's actually supposed to be in the shape of a heart with kind of the vein, like the sanguine veins thing. I'm thinking in French here.
Okay.
But yeah, vaisseau sanguin. So, and I guess the hearts with the strings is just kind of, little bits of the heart, and I don't know, if you see a house, that's even sweeter.
If you turn it upside down,
the house can be, the shelter of
your heart.
Yeah.
With arrows coming up out of it now, or something. I don't know. It's so.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's definitely meant to be abstract.
I bet you if you listen,
if
you turned it upside down and listened to your album backwards, it would take on a whole new meaning.
Wow.
Yeah.
I should try that.
You should try that.
Yeah, I don't
Might
know.
not be possible. When you release it in vinyl, we'll do it.
I'll get you to do it. And then
it'll be a whole new episode of Stripped Down. Okay, we're burning through time, and I want to get all 10 songs on. So we're going back to the keyboard for song number 5.
Yes.
Before our next commercial break. Again, it's all uncharted waters tonight.
That's right.
Normally, I would say no to 10 songs, but you came on at the last minute.
That's
realistically, the last minute, noon today. So more freedom than usual here on Stripped Down. What song is next?
This is Pardonnez-moi, which is also on my EP. And it's entitled, I guess it translates into Forgive Me. And it's just, forgive me to the world, I guess.
Commencer, crème et papier avec la main serrée. Nouveau départ d'une trame sonore, porte-parole, au service de cette note noire. Chose bizarre, ce n'est pas la mienne, je m'en excuse. celui qui ne dit jamais rien, mais qui a faim tous les matins, parce que sa mère, elle n'y peut rien. Parfois j'abuse, je m'en excuse. J'abuse, je m'en excuse. Pardonnez-moi, pardonnez-moi. Pardonnez-moi car j'ai peur de changer les choses, peur de faire une différence, peur d'avoir peur de donner mon soi. J'excuse mes aptitudes, j'excuse mes habitudes, c'est l'attitude mondiale qui crée un monde inégal. J'excuse mes habitudes, j'excuse mes aptitudes, c'est l'attitude mondiale qui crée un monde inégal. Mon père, mon père, mon père, mon frère, mon frère, mon frère, ma soeur, ma soeur, ma mère, ma mère, ma mère, ma terre. Pardonnez-moi, 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 pardonnez-moi. On ne fait que commencer. On ne fait que commencer. Aïe, aïe, crayon et papier avec la main serrée.
You're watching Strip Down with Veronique Poulin. We are burning through time, man. We got to take another commercial break, so stick around. We got lots more Strip Down coming up right after this.
My heart you stole, and this is my soul. My heart you stole.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Mother's Music. (617 8th Street East, Saskatoon), on the web at mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon), 664-6640.
Ladies and gentlemen, Veronique Poulin.
Holding on to what I've got, it's the only thing that keeps from slipping away. I'm holding on to what you say. these things unsaid. I will sail into exposure that blinds me with the line of vision, jumping the field I had envisioned. And as I sail away, it reminds me of the day I stepped out of decay. And that reminds me of the day, and as I sail away, it reminds me of the day I stepped out of decay, stepped out of decay, stepped out of decay.
All right, Veronique, let's drop some more names here. We were talking about Ross Nikiforuk before and some other musicians, but you know the guys from All of the Above?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Played with them or just friends? Or
I did have Jared play guitar from one of my shows back in '09. It was a while back.
Okay.
But
They're good guys.
But yes, and I also did a house concert at their place last fall, and there's actually some video footage from it on YouTube. That one, yeah, the guys, the Sahanoviches are awesome, and I was at their CD release this weekend, and they did a great job. Great job.
You mentioned some video on the old internet. I was Googling you. You don't have a whole lot of information on your websites. So I was kind of, sometimes that's awesome because then the questions are genuine. But sometimes it's like, I got
I'll have to work on
blank
it
sheets.
then.
That's okay. I did find one clip of you, though, play piano. Was it you? You had like long blonde hair.
You found that one?
That was on there.
No, I have some better ones.
Yeah,
that
no,
one's
I
from,
saw a whole bunch, but it was just mind-blowing.
I think I was 16.
Really long. Like
Yeah.
almost down to the keyboard long hair.
Yes.
That was you. Okay, I didn't
Yep.
know. Really quickly, the relationship between you and Sarah Farthing, who again, to revisit that, was supposed to be the guest today. She was sick. At noon today, you stepped in and took her spot. You play with her? Are you part of her band? Because at one point she
I will
teased
be.
bringing her band on.
Yes.
So if that was the case, would you have ended up here tonight regardless?
No,
Okay.
I'm only doing the music with her band for her CD release. But on the I guess personal side, we are really good friends,
Okay.
and we have been for the last few years. And she's actually one of the first musicians that I met when I did move to the city a couple of years ago. So since then, yeah, we've been following each other through our musical career, I guess. So. I'm really excited to see what's in store for her, and her EP sounds really great, and I'm really proud of her. So, it's too bad that she wasn't able to be here, but I'm glad to be taking her spot, and hopefully she gets to do this soon.
Yes, she's kind of the Brock Andrews of this season. Brock Andrews was a guy who was on our. We do these Songs for Supper preview each year.
Okay.
And he was on 2 years in a row, and we always talked about giving him a solo episode. It never worked out.
Oh.
And then she was on last year for the Songs for Supper preview, and I was like, I got to get a solo episode, and it's not working out. So anyway, we're running out of time, so let's get to another song, go to our last commercial break, and we'll come back and we'll wrap things up. All right?
Sounds good.
You having fun tonight?
Yes, I am.
Good,
I'm
good.
having a
Just
great
making
time.
sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Okay, take it away.
Okay. This is a song called Stronger.
You call me by surprise, giving me all of your best lies. You told me that it was okay to be afraid, to find a light that would one day fade. And now I'm stuck, giving up on you. And now I'm stuck, giving up on you. Now I'm stuck, giving up on you. I'm stuck. Yeah. I'm tired of having to evacuate, and I'm fired up on the firm belief that it's never too late to put my foot down on the floor and leave this place through the back door, and leave this place through the back door, and leave this place through the back door, and leave this place through through the back door and leave this place. I'm stronger than I was before. It's taken me this long, but now I'm sure that I'm stronger than I was before. It's taken me this long, but now I'm really sure that life is what you make it, and life shows you how to take it. My gut tells me to forget you, and that's exactly what I now will do. What I now will do, what I now will do. Oh, I'm stronger than I was before. It's taken me this long, but now I'm sure that I'm stronger than I was before. It's taken me this long, but now I'm really sure that they doom day doom day out the da out day doom day out the da out day out day out day out day
You're watching Strip Down, and we wrap things up with Veronique Poulin coming up right after this last commercial break. Stick around.
To your boys, if it makes a difference, standing in out of choice, I'll glad.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Mother's Music. (617 8th Street East, Saskatoon), on the web at mothersmusic.com. Ultimo Euromoto. (204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon), 664-6640.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345. Ladies and gentlemen, Veronique Poulin.
Mélodie particulièrement pour moi, mélodie remplie de tout ce que je ressens. Mélodie, trouve-toi une place sur ce papier. Mélodie, quel plaisir de te rencontrer. Tu arrives au meilleur moment. Nous échappons tous en ce temps. Restons là, ensemble. Tu es le mot, je suis la voix. Tu donnes la note, je bouge les doigts. Tu es le mot, je suis la voix. Tu donnes la note, je bouge les doigts. Collaborons, élaborons sur ce qui nous unit. Collaborons, élaborons sur ce qui nous unit. Oh, jolie mélodie. Jolie mélodie. Jolie mélodie. Jolie mélodie. Tu pourras te trouver un refuge chez moi. Brisons le silence au clair de ton choix. Chaque respiration me fait penser à toi. Oh mélodie, c'est ta montée. ma joie. L'infini est entre nos mains, comme notre bonheur n'aura pas de fin. Restons là jusqu'au matin. Oh, oh, oh. Tu es le mot, je suis la voix. Tu donnes la main, je bouge les doigts. Tu es le mot, je suis la voix. Tu donnes la main, je bouge les doigts. Collaborons et l'amour sur ce qui nous unit. Collaborons et l'amour sur ce qui nous unit. Oh, jolie mélodie. Jolie mélodie. Oh, oh, oh. Jolie mélodie. Ah, 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 jolie mélodie, 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 tu donnes le sens à ma vie. Tu donnes le sens à ma vie. Tu donnes un sens à ma vie. Ah, ah, ah.
We are wrapping things up with Veronique Poulin. Did you have fun tonight?
Yes, I did.
We are so completely
Thank
out
you
of
so
time.
much.
I want to get your last song in. Again, it was a whirlwind friendship today.
Thank
when
you
I
so
woke
much
up
for
this
having
morning,
me.
I thought Sarah Farthing was going to be on the show. I talked to you at noon today. Your game, you came down, you did awesome. I had such a fun time
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for
Chris.
saving the show. And quick shout outs to, speaking of saving the show, Dean Pozlowski, Dylan Evans, not regular crew members, but they're here tonight because we're kind of in like finals. Apparently that's what people who go to university do now. They have finals. Yeah, of course, Adan and Bryn, regular crew members here tonight. And Sal and Jay, that's pretty much it. Our sponsors, of course, Mr. Sicily Pizza, Ultimo Yuramoto, and Mother's Music. For all things you, where do they go on the internet?
On my MySpace.
It's out of order now.
Oh, is it?
No, I usually go to MySpace now or our Facebook, but I forgot to ask you, and that's so important. How do people get information on you and get their hands on this? Where should they go?
You can go on myspace.com/Veronique Poulin, which is my the full name. And you can also purchase a CD at McNally Robinson's if you're interested.
That's so important we get that out there. Now, can I say your name how I was going to say it before I met you and you said it correctly?
Yes.
Veronique Poulin.
And you can go with that if you want.
No,
if
that's
you feel the need.
unacceptable. I'm so glad you corrected me. Thank you so much again on behalf of everybody that has to do with Strip Down. All right, for the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Veronique Poulin. Thank you.
Thank you.
You hurt my ears, they fill with tears.
best. His personal appearance is not the best.
We got a brand new episode of Strip Down for you this week. We spent 60 minutes with local singer-songwriter Veronique Poulin.